What is going on, everybody? How are you guys doing? Welcome to another edition of You Guessed It, Joel Day. Sorry about that, guys. I had that. I had that one going over there on the other one. But yeah, another edition of Joel Davis Media Network. I am glad everybody is in the building. Man, oh man, I feel like a superstar. I got some people also on Twitch tonight too. Anyway, if you are a podcast person, I am live right now on Podbeam Live, and this will be on all platforms. I will edit it tonight, and I got another one for you guys on Podbeam that I was supposed to put up last week. So you will have the last week's show and this week's show all in one. So I'll make sure y'all have both of those locked and loaded. But with that being said, I still got to give myself a hand for finally being here. Yeah, man, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. I also want to give a shout out to Unifier TV. I also want to give a shout out to Instagram. Man, we had a hell of a month on Instagram. I had 19,000 views on my what it was the post I put on Instagram with Samuel L. Jackson. 19,000 views, guys. That is amazing, man. All right, so all my podcast people, please do me a favor. Go on to my locals and join. I need people to join on my locals. As soon as I get more people on the locals, I will start doing on my free time real, raw, uncut, unedited uh, things that you can't say about the country or the conspiracy in person. I also want to tell you guys that I am going to do my best to put in the max amount of work on that. All right, so tonight, guys, we're going to be talking about Biden and company. Woo, buddy, the Democrats are folding like a lawn chair right now. It is a lot going on right now. People are very much perplexed by the situation with the radical left. Now, the Democrats are having a civil war because they are starting to find out that Joe Biden is not in the cognitive space that he's supposed to be. I will be using some of the excerpts from some of these big names in the Democratic Party that's trying to convince America that Joe Biden is good to go. We'll also talk about some of the recent activity that's been found out about Joe Biden's possible health crisis that the Dems don't want anyone to know. Meanwhile, we will talk about how Trump right now is skating to victory. He's got that one trial we got to worry about, that sentencing. I don't think it's going to be nothing major. He'll probably get from the judges maybe probation, hopefully, or something to that nature. But if it's anything about jail time, he could easily appeal it. Man, it's just an amazing time to be alive. Amazing time to be alive. If you're not alive by now, with what's going on as a conservative, you're crazy. You really are. So we're gonna go up here and get active. Also, shout out to what's going on right now on the airwaves. We got currently 600 people follow me on my new Twitter. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen, man. I'm pretty much excited. We got a lot going on, a lot of things that are coming into play. I'm being thankful, I'm being hopeful, and I am being very much how can I put this, positive on how we are growing, not only as a thriving nation, but as a team, as a team of conservatives. So without further ado, let's go on to some of these news articles and publications of what's going on in the country about old Biden poo. Old Biden poo. First things first, what are we going to talk about here? Let's see. The first thing that is comical that in the political world has got everybody ears buzzing. First things first, let's start with the good news. The good news about Trump. The man of the hour. All right, we about to do this. This is fair use, fair use. Give me a 1 second here. And we're going to talk about how the Democratic Party is losing their mind because Trump is killing it. So let me go ahead on and share this presentation. Got a new computer, so I'm thank God for that. So I can actually help do some of this stuff now. All right, we're going to do full screen. And I'm finna play this clip here and let y'all see what it do, man. Let me go put my my joint down a little bit more so y'all can see me. Hold on. Make sure y'all can see me a little better. All right there. I think that'll be perfect. All right, let's roll the clip.
Everybody knows what's going on here. We've all been through it. We've seen our parents go through it, our grandparents, our aunts and uncles and neighbors and relatives. This is all a matter of time. He's going to come to the conclusion that this is just not a good idea. And he's going to resist it, and he's going to listen to his family. It's inevitable. He will come to the conclusion. People will get the message to him. He will understand. His family will understand. They'll pray on it, and they'll make the right decision.
James Carville, Democratic strategist, saying President Biden will not be the Democratic nominee, and it's only a matter of time. That's counter to what we see on Capitol Hill today. Axios revolt crumbling just before House Democrats Tuesday morning come to Jesus meeting on President Biden's path forward. A smaller group of swing district Democrats held what sources described as a despondent gathering.
Really like a lot of liberals like that. But I respect James Rebel. James Rebel is a centrist. He's not on that whole progressive bullshit. He's not one of those, how can I put this? One of those dog and pony shows Democrats that flip-flops, for whatever part of the party he thinks going to get them a W. He's just a straightforward guy that's just liberal who doesn't quite get the fact of the matter that the Democratic Party has never been good for anyone. But anyway, he keeps saying that in his mind that that they're going to replace Joe Biden. Well, here's the problem, guys. There's no one that wants to slide in for Joe Biden, because if that were to happen, who is going to have the balls to take the reins? I mean, who can you get to take on Donald J. Trump right now while he is literally on fire? Donald J. Trump is on fire. Like, dude is up on the polls. He is breaking into the black community. He has already took over the what they call that other community. Excuse me. The Hispanic community. I mean, it's inevitable at this point. I mean, this man is almost like walking on water. And Democrats know this. They know they don't have no one. They know that Whitner is not popular. They know that let me go cut this down some. Hold on. I got this thing at 400. Okay, my bad. They know that Whitner is not popular. They know that give me 1 second, guys. They know Whitner is not popular. They also know that Newsom is out of the running to even do that. And besides, if they were to jump in right now, it would be suicide for their careers. Because if I'm a up and coming Democratic politician, and I have a party where everybody was so bent on having Joe Biden the nominee, and they turned around and did this, and now Joe Biden is literally the laughing stock for our selection. And now I have all of the old elites, the old heads panicking, saying, okay, I need someone to replace Biden. I'm not doing it. Why would I do that? Especially if I'm going to run the next term. That would be suicide on my political career. So right now, no one's doing that. No one's doing that. Why would they? It'd be a damn fool. I know I wouldn't. I would not. No, sir. You can have this shit. I'm out. Benito, we're done. I am out. I'm not being a part of this shit. Everybody that's looking at me live right now, please share this on X, formerly known as Twitter. If you're following me right now on Rumble, share this on Rumble. Share it on all platforms, because we got to talk about this. There's more to this shit, man. There's levels to their madness that is really fun to watch.
With actual tears, but yet the White House citing the congressional backed caucus members and others rallying to the president's side. Let's bring in our panel. Ben Domenech, editor-at-large for The Spectator, host of the Ben Domenech podcast on Fox News Radio. New Hampshire talk radio host Christopher Ryan, and Morgan Ortagus, host of the Morgan Ortagus Show on SiriusXM, founder of Polaris National Security. Morgan, I had John Kirby on there and obviously spent some time talking about a number of the editorials and some of what he sees behind the scenes. This disconnect between the president is really sharp behind the scenes and he's on it, and then what everybody sees, not only on that debate stage, but since, is pretty wide.
If there had been proper scrutiny by the press corps over the past, not even just the past 3.5 years of his presidency, but in the campaign as well, if there had been proper scrutiny, a lot of this could have come to light earlier. And the Democrats could not be in the pickle that they're in now, Brett, which is that they are, trying to figure out in a chaotic summer leading up to a convention how they replace their nominee. It's the dirty laundry is all airing and happening in public. This is not the position you wanted to be in. They wanted to be a position where they were, quote unquote, running against MAGA extremists, running on abortion and these types of issues. Now they're in the defensive position. And I think at some point, Democrats are going to accept that whether it's Biden or Kamala Harris, that they're going to have to probably take the loss. And Trump only has 4 years, but maybe better just to lose with Biden and blame it all on him.
But Chris, also the disconnect between
I'm going to stop right there. And I'm going to say this. Right now, the Democrats are fucked. And let me tell you why they're fucked. Because they had a chance. I'll adjust my camera one more time. Sorry about that, y'all. They had a real chance to be in a better position than what they are now. But they cut corners. And let me tell you why they cut corners. They cut corners because in their mind, they thought that they were going to be going against, like the man said, MAGA extremists. We can play Orange Man bad. We can lie on Orange Man and everything will be A-okay. But what they failed to realize is that that play was wearing out. See, during the time they played these games, we had the summer of love where people was tearing shit up because of Saint Fentanyl. I cannot stop fucking up Floyd. Okay, who family ain't talked to this man in years, but all of a sudden he goes and passes a fake bill high for every damn thing but the right thing. We care now. When all this came out, that's when all of a sudden everybody just ran with some bullshit. And the Democrats really made off on this. They used that for their 2020 war cry to get Biden back in office. Oh, the pandemic ain't right, and the pandemic's messed up. He did a bad job. Oh yeah, we good. So that's what they played. They played upon that card. Well, now the jig is up. People have now woken up and realized that you guys have completely fucked over the country. And you did that by using a man who you knew was not mentally capable of doing what he's supposed to do to better the country. You let all these group of people that never been in a position of leading the country, don't know that much about economics, all this other bullshit, and now look at our country now. We got inflation so high that it's higher than a giraffe's ass with pussy. Okay? It's high. It's really high. You don't believe me? Go to Walmart, go to Trader Joe's, go to these other places right now and take $100 bill and see how much items you get with $100 to $150. I promise you, you will not get 20 fucking items with that amount of money that is enough to make it last for a family of, I would say, 3. Let that sink in. You got to spend 150 just for a family of 2. This is how real it has gotten. And people are still trying to act like that Biden is the end all be all in the Democratic Party. And they're lying to these people by the day. They're like, listen, man, hold on tight. Everything will be A-okay. Well, it's not okay. Because now people are really sitting out here trying to figure out what the fuck have we gotten ourselves into. See, America was lied to by the mainstream media about this man's condition for a long time. And the reason why is because people was trying to paint this fairy tale story that you got this old man that's been in politics for so long, and he was the smartest guy in the room. He was all about trying to make America together, and then they put what did they do again? A black woman as a fucking token, like they always do. A Kamala Harris bullshit, which now they don't like it. In fact, let's look at some other clips talking about Kamala Harris. Or Kamala. Yeah, excuse me, Kamala. This is from Australia. And this is a couple of days ago. All right, y'all give me 1 second before I play this clip. Hold on. All right, I'm back, y'all. Let me show y'all this clip. Hold on for a second. Let me show y'all this clip. Make sure I got it right. Copy this. Give me 1 moment before I bring this up. And I'm about to bring it up. Give me 1 moment. And let's all right here. Now, listen to this clip. And this is from Australia. It's bad when Australian people know that our vice president sucks ass. Listen to this one.
Now to the White House, and it's been a rough 24 hours for White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre. Let's see how well she went.
All of us saw what happened on Thursday, where he simply could not form coherent answers. Does President Biden, at 81 years old, have Alzheimer's, any form of dementia or degenerative illness that cause these sorts of lapses? And it's a yes or no question. And if you don't know, why don't you, as one of his senior staff members, know?
I have an answer for you. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
It's a no. And I hope you're asking the other guy the same exact question.
Well, the other guy wasn't an incoherent mess, Corrine. That's probably why they're not asking that right now. That's how she handled that fairly tough question. Let's see how she handles this much softer question from a journalist who perhaps wants to create a narrative around cold medication interfering with the president's ability to think and communicate.
What medications was he taking in the days or hours leading up to the debate?
And I know that question has come in a couple of times to us. He was not taking any cold medication.
Was he taking any medication that would have interfered with his
He was not
performance?
taking any cold medication. That is what I can speak to. I've asked his doctor, and that's what he stated to us.
He was not taking any cold medication, but they asked about any medication, Army. Does anyone in America seriously believe the president is not helped, not medicated to perform through certain events? Granted, that medication didn't do a great job during the presidential debate, but it's going to be increasingly difficult to undo the deterioration we see in the president with a cocktail of drugs.
Yeah, no, look, they're gaslighting us. That's what's happening here. There's obviously a split Democratic Party. You have the replace Biden crowd and the keep Biden crowd. And the keep Biden crowd, they have their marching orders. They've been all over the media. And they're saying things like he was over prepped, right? They use that word. They say he had a bad debate performance. A bad debate.
Yes, we do not buy this whole Biden is, how can I put this? Had a bad debate performance. We do not buy the whole bullshit about Biden is overthinking. He had a cold. See, the real reason is, guys, is that Biden has been on the decline for a long time. And the Dems knew this. Their whole goal was to lie to America to the end. They didn't want us to know this. They didn't want us to know this. You think they want us to know that the commander-in-chief is fucked up? No. So what do you do when you're trying to save your face? You're trying to live a lie. You have to come up with this lie after lie after lie to cover these lies. What the Democrats failed to understand is that lies runs out. Because, see, a lie is a figment of your imagination. The truth is what you see in real time as you go through real time. So it is subject to change, but the truth is going to remain the same because it can be verified and you can see it with your own two eyes. See, what we saw with what America saw, the normies, they saw perception, deep fakes. That was the famous one. They're taking AI technology and they're going back and redoing the speeches that Biden is doing. This is not real. This is deep fakes. Next one was, it is the right wing trying to belittle Biden. They're just upset because they got a felon that's about to represent them to get in the country, get control or get the country back on track. Well, fast forward now, we are in the beautiful month of July, which shout out to July. It's White People History Month. That's right, White History Month. God bless you, white folks. We have Black History Month. Y'all have y'all History Month too. Because, you know, these progressives like to play these games. Because to me, I think everybody's history is American history, but I digress. The amazing thing is that now you can't lie out of nothing anymore. You can't lie out of this. The whole world saw it on CNN. Now, they keep giving CNN grief, saying CNN should have stood on 10 toes down. They should have protected the president. They should have cut off Trump's mic. They should have basically answered the questions for him. No, CNN did what they're supposed to do. They're already moderator. We let him say what he needs to say, and then we let Trump say what he needs to say. And what did God do? He showed us that all this time they was lying. We knew it. And they couldn't do nothing about it. They can't get out of this. People saw it, and people are scared. You got Democrat progressives. It was already shaky with what's going on with Hamas and all this other BS going on in Israel. But when they saw what's going on with Biden, they was like, oh no. Y'all hoodwink us. You told us this man could run the country. He can't have no damn nuclear codes. He wouldn't know which one to use. He would have us in a world of shit. And who's running the country? Well, y'all know who's running the country. It's the other part of the crime family Bidens. You know, Mama Biden, a.k.a. Jill, cokehead Hunter possibly, and the advisors. I mean, why they sitting in all these meetings? And here's another thing. Jill Biden, you should be ashamed of yourself being on the cover of Vogue with a $5,000 Ralph Lauren dress. You need your ass beat. Sorry, but I'm just going to say what I got to say. I know they're probably going to take it down on YouTube later on in a fucking couple of months anyway, but the truth is the truth. You do. You have no business whatsoever showing off on a cover with the way the economy is right now. You got more people out here in dire straits than it's ever been in the last probably damn near 20 years almost. And you walking around here modeling your ass off in this $5,000 dress for a photo op. That's why you don't want the man to get out of the race. You want to continue to be on Vogue. You want to be on Cosmopolitan. You want to be drinking champagne with high society. You don't give a damn about the U.S. Because if you did, you would sit your crazy ass husband down and tell his crippled narcissist ass, you do not need to be running this country. We did our part. Let's let Kamala go against Trump, which she'll get smoked anyway. Anybody they put in would smoke them. See, they had a possibility of getting someone. Allegedly, I heard through the grapevine that Robert F. Kennedy was trying to be the front runner for the Dems because he's seen it too. They said, no, we can't have you. You a centrist. You are right down the middle. Hell no. Nah. We can't have you, RFK. You have too much common sense to be a Democrat. You got to be progressive and you got to be purchased. Fuck you. But now, I bet you they wish they would have got his ass. Now, I'm not saying RFK would have beat Trump. I don't see it. But he would have been a pretty decent opponent. I think he would have been a good, decent, debatable opponent. You know, he do get easily intimidated sometimes, but, you know, when it comes to power in the room, I've seen RFK stumble with, being imitated a little bit. But I'm just telling you now, they ain't got nobody. And it's about to get worse for the Dems anyway. Because right now, whoever Trump gets for VP, he can't go wrong. If he go with a Spanish guy, if he wants to play the DIE game like they like to play, he can easily get more Hispanic voters. If he goes with a black man like Barnes or Tim Scott or Ben Carson, he still could kill it. If he decided to say, you know what, man, fuck it. I'll get one of these go hard American regular white guys. Oh man, he could kill the Midwest, sweep it off his feet. Like he has so many options right now to annihilate them. They just don't have no answer. The only answer they would have if they hope and pray that the judge in New York try to put all this time on Trump, and even if he did something stupid like that, Trump would easily appeal it. And then there you go again. There's more drama they cause themselves. They are just fucked. And like I said, and everybody else is saying as content creators, they're covering this shit. The Dems put themselves in this position because they would not have a primary. They did not have a decent primary like everybody else has done in the past. If the main president is supposed to be running again, he's supposed to have a contender. Him and his contender are supposed to have a primary runoff, a debate, and all that stuff. And then the people of that party are supposed to look at that and say, you know what? He won the debate. Our president won the debate. Then the president becomes the nominee, and then next thing you know, he takes on the next challenge, which would be whoever party that is, conservative, Green Party, independent, whatever. They didn't do it that way. They just felt like that they had this shit on lock. Whatever debate they thought it was back in 2020. They could control the narrative. Well, it didn't work that way. Because this time, Trump had the people on his side. Because the people's like, yeah, let's have a debate with the rules of Trump. And let's see. Yeah, let's prove him wrong. Let's prove to him that our president can kill it. Well, it didn't work that way. Oh, and there's more people talking shit. Oh, there's more, bro. You cannot make this up. Let me find this one right here for you. Oh my God, this here is give me 1 second. See if I can find some clips here. All right. Give me 1 second. All right, give me one moment, y'all. I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and I will come back with this clip here. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, y'all. I got another one to share with y'all. This one is freaking funny. This is about the Young Turk Sink. Now, if you don't know who Sink is, this guy is very much anti-Trump, and he is a progressive Democrat. But since he's found out that Trump is leading and Biden is like there's no hope for him. Oh man, this is about to get good. Let's see. So let me play some of his clip. So let me go get this right here pulled up. So, all right. And we set it up. All right, guys. Here we go. Let y'all see this clip right quick. Fair use, fair use. Also, if you are on X, formerly known as Twitter, share my shit. Share it, guys. Let's try to get more people in. That's what it's all about, man. Let's try to get more people in. Let's go.
Show you is Joe Biden today and Joe Biden from the past. Let's see if you can tell a difference between the two, and then we'll come back and discuss the implications.
Given a fair chance, Americans have never, ever, ever, ever let their country down. Never. Never.
Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Hope is more powerful than fear, and light is more powerful than dark. This is our moment. This is our mission.
He wants to get away with, get rid of the ability of Medicare to, for us to be able to negotiate drug pricing with the big pharma companies.
Our loyalty is not to South Africa, it's to South Africans. And the South Africans are majority black, and they are being excoriated. It is not to some stupid puppet government over there.
There's some movement. There's been a response from there's been a response from the opposition, but yes, I'm sorry, from Hamas.
Osama bin Laden is dead and General Motors is alive.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping.
Not the same guy. So if you hear disingenuous people telling you, well, he's the only one that beat Trump, does it look like the same guy? I remember Joe Biden. Joe Biden's been around for a long time. Agree or disagree, he was dynamic, he was forceful, he was aggressive. Does Joe Biden today look like any of those things? So we wanted to show it to you so you can see with your own eyes, so you don't believe people's pretty little lies about how he's the same guy. That's my sense of it. Sharon, what do you think?
Thanks for watching. Our audience has helped build TYT into the media giant it is today.
The Young Turks. You know it's bad. It's real bad when the Young Turks goes against a Democratic nominee slash incumbent like Joe Biden. Yeah, y'all are fucked. I mean, I can't be sad. I mean, you can't be sad right now with the Democratic Party. If you sit here and say, man, I feel bad for those guys. Oh my God. No, I don't feel bad for them because they've been doing shady shit for so long. They've been lying to America for so long, making up lie after lie against any kind of Republican conservative entity that doesn't beat by their drum, to now they got their own problem that they can't get away. They can't vote him out because listen what he said about them voting him out. Now listen to this part. This gets even more crazier about what they're facing. And this is coming from Joe Biden, their guy. Right. 1 second here. All right. I'm sorry to hear. All right, let me make sure I got the right one. Okay, I'm just making sure I got fair use. This is from. Nah, this is not the one. All right. Let's see if I can find that. All right, here we go. Fair use, fair use. This is coming from ABC right quick. I want y'all to hear what they report on, y'all know, Grandpa in Chief, old Biden, how he riding. Let's get to it. Fair use. Let's roll it.
To call it quits. President Biden says he's not going anywhere and his campaign for a second term will continue. In a letter to Democrats just this morning, the president says, I am firmly committed to staying in this race, to running this race to the end, and to beating Donald Trump. Biden is under tremendous pressure now since his disastrous debate performance 2 weeks ago, a performance that the president chalks up to just being a bad night. Biden doubling down on his doubters on Morning Joe.
They're big names, but I don't care what those big names think. They're wrong in 2020. They're wrong in 2022 about the red wave. They're wrong in 2024. And come out with me. Watch people react. You make a judgment.
So the latest 538 national polling average still showing Biden trailing former President Donald Trump by a smidge. Chief Washington correspondent John Carl, senior White House correspondent Selena Wang, and also senior reporter Catherine Falders all join me from Capitol Hill. So, John, are any of Biden's interviews doing anything to stop Democrats from asking him to step down?
Well, does Meathead count? Rob Reiner played Meathead, of course, in the All in the Family. He was one of those Democratic donors who had said that Biden should step aside after the debate. But he has said if he does more interviews like that, he would change minds, meaning the Morning Joe interview. But honestly, I don't think that any of this has changed many minds at all. Biden's fate, I think, depends very much on what happens over the course of the next week. I think he has a little bit of breathing room right now because you have the leaders of our NATO allies are in Washington this week for meetings with the president. It's a very big week in terms of his job, his current job as president of the United States. And to undermine your party's president when he's got critical national security meetings in Washington would be quite extraordinary.
All right. Now, some of the Dems are saying that phone call made him sound strong. No, that phone call made him sound like a grandfather who's on the verge of the how can I put this, middle stages of dementia, and still fighting denial that his brain is slowly fizzing out. That call, and then let me tell you something about these calls that people are not understanding. He can sound strong on the phone with a call because all he needs is someone to coach him and have a script. If you got a piece of paper in front of you in your office and you got your advisors coaching you, sound strong, Joe, sound strong. Along with your wife in your ear talking about, make sure that you do good on this now. I have another cover with Cosmopolitan, and this time I got a St. Laurent's dress that's $8,000. You're gonna perform, okay? Got your handlers with you. But at the end of the day, that doesn't give everybody the warm and fuzzy. I mean, this is disgusting. Everybody involved in this nonsense, a part of his whole administration, should be locked up for elder abuse. This man is not capable of running this country. Okay? And what you need to do is go ahead on, Dems, and embrace your L, because that's what you put yourself in. The numbers don't lie. Trump is up in some of these polls 6+ points, roughly 8 points. I think I seen one of the polls, he was up 10 points. The man is up. And we're not talking about the swing state shit. That could come out anytime this week. That may come out Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. So what y'all done? And you cannot change and flip this shit around. How you gonna flip this shit around? Listen, Trump is making so much inroads right now. I'm going to show y'all a picture of somebody who is actually going to speak at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee as a guest speaker. Now, before y'all fall out, okay, I just want y'all to know something. Even sluts can reform at a certain point of time if it's going to benefit them, okay? So just don't freak out, okay? But this is impressive. You're going to like this. I promise you will like this. Give me one moment when I tell you what we're talking about.